Hi, my name is Hayley Spira-Bauer. I am the Chief Operating Officer and Chief Academic Officer over at FullMind. I would be honored to be able to share some thoughts with Angela and Thompson at South by Southwest EDU this year. It has been a dream of mine to be a participant. For as long as I can remember, I have been an avid watcher of your video recordings at virtual events you posted over the past couple of years. And now I'd really like to be on the stage doing a fireside chat, talking about the incredible paraprofessional to teacher pipeline that DPS, Denver Public Schools, is implementing this year with the help of a couple amazing partners, showing a real true model for public and private partnership to advance student capacity, teacher capacity, and school capacity in the long term. I think I would be a great guest for this opportunity because I am a host of a podcast with some incredible folks that have been on over the past 3 seasons. I also appear regularly on the news, and I just generally really love to talk on topics that promote equity in education. This has been my life's work, my passion. I've been an educator for too many years to count, since 2006, working in public schools in Harlem and the South Bronx, and continuing my work in virtual education for the past 6 years at FullMind. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of what I sound like when I'm interviewing people, so you could get a better idea of what it would be like if Angela and I were to grace your stage in March. Thank you so much.
With high quality tutoring programs that they can produce about 5 months of additional learning, which to me really stood out, Hayley.
You know, what you have to remember is that this type of intervention needs to be consistent. It needs to be frequent. It needs to occur with the same type of instructor time over time. So not a cycling educator or tutor coming in and out that doesn't know the students well. And I just want to go back to another point that you made about social emotional learning, because social emotional learning is a lifestyle. It's not a 1-time or 2-time intervention. And even when you talk about high dosage tutoring, you need to have that at the forefront of the work we're doing. I think I spoke about this the last time you and I were discussing education in the summer, but you know, all of our students faced trauma over the pandemic. Our teachers endured a lot of trauma during the pandemic. And this trauma is part of what needs to be unwound in order to make gains, because you cannot academically progress without attending to the social emotional needs of the students. And that should be present in tutoring as well as in the classroom.
How do we utilize ed tech in a way that truly makes learning accessible for all? There are many obvious considerations, but I think that there are 2 big buckets in the research and the expanse of ed tech and the research supporting students with disabilities that they've highlighted that I'd like to share and focus a little bit more on for the rest of this discussion. First, we have to recognize that there is diversity and intersectionality in disability. Hence the term one size does not fit all. There is no all. And second, we need to be mindful and consider implementation of ed tech tools at the front end of the process, not once the tool is in a school building.
Let me pause this for a second. I often operate under the assumption that all the listeners that are tuning in know what this work is, right? Like whether it be something in ed tech or something school-based, now we're talking about advocacy work. Let's just have a literacy moment here for folks that are tuning in that are, I know people organize, but I don't really know what that means. How would you define advocacy work and what you do? What is it at its base and its core?
Well, for me, the definition of advocacy is speaking out against or for a cause, right, or a problem. So for me, the advocacy that I do is really one that speaks to parents as a specific subset as stakeholders,